Mugshots Uncensored, the podcast, with your host, Michael Weber.
Hey!
And with him, as always, Kevin Prochu.
There he is, folks. He makes it happen.
Sometimes,
well,
if we're getting the audio that we're supposed to be getting right now, Mike, you know, it's always a game of whack-a-mole, as it, you know.
It is. You fix one problem, three more come up.
Yeah, well,
it's you know, life.
We're getting better at it as we go along. So,
yeah.
How you doing, Mike? Good to see you again. It's been a few weeks. Yeah, you know, living the dream.
Yeah, I smoked some cheese over the, you know.
Was it good cheese?
It is good cheese. Tillamook.
I know.
Actually brought you some.
How do you smoke that?
Well, you gotta we do small pipe, huge flame. No, we put it in the smoker with some wood chip tubes and smoke it for about 2.5 hours and seal it up and let it sit for a couple weeks. Awesome.
Really? And you were kind of talking a little bit about that when you put that together. You're actually supposed to wait a while before you actually eat that cheese. If you buy it, you know, that's something I always found kind of interesting. I know this is kind of off subject for their show, but it sounds like a kind of an interesting process. So it's
you need to seal it up so that smoke flavor gets all the way in the cheese. But it is worth the wait. It is so worth the wait.
Well, welcome to the show. It is March 7th, 2021. We appreciate you joining us this evening. My name is Kevin Prochu, and sitting to the left of me is this guy, Michael Weber, runs the group Lane County Mugshots Uncensored. He's the guy, the face of the group, and basically the whole thing. So I'm just here to kind of bounce stuff off of him and kind of.
I'm the guy people love to hate.
Yeah, so you're definitely the star of the show, and I'm just here kind of guiding us along. So one of the things that we kind of started doing right from the beginning, Mike, is to start highlighting the sex offenders in Lane County Jail. So we're going to transition over to that.
Pow, bam.
Yeah, there we
are.
Yeah. So let me take this off. And we could also tell people before we get into this how they could view and be part of the show. You can call in 541-255-3665.
I know, wouldn't that be good if somebody called?
It would be exciting, but
I mean, no one will even call and just say you guys suck.
Well,
nobody will even
call. Now that they might call in for. So.
I doubt it.
Yeah,
nobody cares.
All right. Well, Mike, I thought I would get into the and see if we could shorten this segment because I know that we have so many topics to get to here, and so I thought if we just went ahead and through these guys up here first because they're the ones that have just failed to report as a sex offender, right? So you just give them whatever. But, you know, what's the fun in that, Mike? What's the fun in that?
There's no fun in that. There's no fun in any of this.
When we have the opportunity to make their photos really big and highlight them. So that's kind of my thought on that. So these guys are ones that are failure to report. And you can see that this guy had several counts. I don't really understand how you get so many counts of that in one arrest, but
I think it's because they're supposed to, report once a month. So every month they don't report, they may get one. I don't know, but it definitely means they've been convicted of a sex crime. These people are not, innocent until proven guilty. These people have already been proven guilty.
Right.
Done. It's over.
And that happened on February 23rd. And then we also had this one here from March 2nd, failure to report. Michael Eric Tavernier, I believe is how you would say that name. Also over here, Richard Dean Taylor. Usually we see multiple other charges that are associated with these guys.
Yeah.
These, in this particular case, only got picked up on the one charge or whatever is failure to report.
Yeah, so. Usually these guys have like a grocery list of things they've done in between not registering.
Yeah, lately we kind of say that these guys would be better off if they just stayed home because then they wouldn't show up in mugshots again. But they do. Same here with Hobson, Matthew, Mason. Failure to report as a sex offender. Sometimes we see that they're either misdemeanors or felonies. I'm not even really sure why that it would be, but
it may depend on your charge, how long it's been since you checked in. I don't know, but we know they're guilty.
Yep, that's been established.
Yeah.
Yep. So that happened on March 5th, and then we have over here. So this is the guy here, William John Amos. I almost got it. Amos. Failure to report as a sex offender, and this is where you see other charges though. So reckless burning. So it started with that. Then there's like arson. So I think that you could almost put that story together, that maybe something else was happening. He was, doing some kind of burning for some other reason, and then gets picked up, and then it's, oh yeah, turns out you didn't report as a sex offender, and so then you wind up back in the mugshots and back on the show. So it's like, these are the guys who are like, stay home and stop doing stuff.
I know. Well, this guy's got two different, fire charges. His reckless burning, that's kind of like being stupid. It wasn't planned. It was dumb. It was reckless. Arson, on the other hand, is pretty much like, yeah, I want to burn this down.
Exactly.
So I'm kind of wondering about both those. That's interesting.
There's a story behind that one that we don't know. Maybe we'll find out more as
you never know.
Goes on. So going on, we see that now we get to the actual alleged sex crimes. So it's really important to bring up now that the people that we're about to feature have not been convicted yet.
No.
Only have charges. So alleged. Here is Kevin James LAVON Mitchell, online sexual corruption of a child. That's a felony. Happened on February 23rd. So, yeah.
I mean, this is every day now. It's every day.
It is just about.
Well, pretty much.
Yeah, we've been kind of going through that, and the numbers will show and reflect that here in the end, that it's very close to that. It seemed to me like 20 years ago, at least in Lane County, this would have not even been something you would hear about.
No, you'd have never heard about this.
In a month
because
or
of the internet.
Yeah, exactly.
You just wouldn't have heard about this.
Definitely not. So we have also Jeffrey Todd Crink, first degree sex abuse. Look at that, 6 charges. That guy had 6 charges of this on February 24th. So up to no good. Absolutely no good. There's really, so I say these are alleged charges, right? They are alleged charges, but you don't exactly get these charges from sitting around
the DA doesn't
roasting marshmallows,
The DA, when they go after you with these kind of charges, they've got some evidence, because they're not going to be going to court just on, hearsay or something really weak. When it gets to this point, you're pretty much in trouble.
Right on. Mike, we'll get to this in a minute because we're kind of in the middle of this segment, but we also already have our first comment here on Facebook that I'll feature here in a moment, and I bet I already know who it is, even though it's showing on mine and I can't see whose name it is.
I'm not seeing it on mine today. But...
Yeah, well, it should be there, and I see it coming up. We'll answer that for you in just a moment. Yeah, all right. Now, moving on, Raymond Patrick Garcia, encouraging child sex abuse.
Gosh.
So two counts of that on the 26th of February. Another pillar of the community, Mike.
Why?
Right.
I mean,
yeah. And so, do you think we're done, Mike? No.
Yeah, we're done. Whoa.
Here we are. Good. So you asked me, Mike, have I been including the prostitution charges in these segments? And so it's like, no, I totally forgot about prostitution. So I went ahead and did that. And you Crystal Joyce CLAASSEN, I think is that how you might say that name?
Crystal Joyce CLAASSEN. CLAASSEN.
Okay, thank you for that.
She's a frequent flyer. It's the only reason I know how to pronounce her name. It's not that big a deal.
Yeah, here she is, February 28th. And moving on, also Roy FILBERT CRABTREE. This guy scares me. I don't know why. It just looks kind of creepy to me. They all do. But first degree sex abuse, sodomy. There is charges right there. Alleged.
These are horrible. I mean, if you're wondering what these charges actually include, you can Google them. All you have to do is Google sex abuse first degree. Use these 3 letters to make sure you're in Oregon. ORS. Oregon Revised Statute. That way you don't get what Texas says it is, Illinois says it is, or whatever. You get to learn exactly what that charge is for that person in this state.
That's pretty helpful, actually, information. And we've even done a step above that, and we've included that as links whenever you're viewing mugshots on our site. The charges, if we have the information, the ORS will actually be a link that you can click on, and it'll just take you right to it.
Yep. All you got to do is click on that. When it shows up blue,
it's a feature. It's a feature of our site.
It's a feature. It's free for members. You're all
free,
members.
Yes. We try to do everything that we can to.
So this is it. Then we're done.
We are not done. I'm sorry.
Captain Filbert Crabtree is it? He's got 2 trees in his name.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, Filbert Crabtree.
You know, you always notice those little details, Mike. I actually caught that one.
I do. Well, I mean, it's a glamorous name. Right. We're not making fun of him.
Yeah. Well, either way, he's not a good guy. So this Travis Corey Glover or Glover, either way, 1st-degree sex abuse.
Travis Glover. Yeah, Glover. He's too old for this.
Yeah. Sexual penetration. 2nd degree.
Yeah, that's another thing.
March 5th.
Yeah, that's another thing. We can't even begin to explain what these are. You need to look them up if you have any kind of.
There's certain things that we can't say, even though we're doing a podcast. We are also broadcasting on Facebook now, and Facebook is limiting some of the things that you can at least say or write on there.
So is YouTube and everyone else that we're on.
I'm kind of getting there. We've covered that on our last episode. You can check that out, and we'll mention a couple of things later on. And so, what do you think that takes us to, Mike?
I don't know. What are we about? 8?
We actually hit 11. 11 this week. So that was about on par with, I think, a couple less actually than last week.
That's not bad. I mean, considering there were only, never mind. That's not good. We had 14 days. So we had 3 days, basically, in a way, that we didn't have, and that's not even true, too, because some of these people get arrested on the same day. But, exactly. I mean, that's still, in 14 days, 11. That's out of hand. Something's got to give here.
Yeah, and I don't know exactly what that would be. We can maybe get some callers to come and maybe help in that conversation and figure out, what do you think should be done about this when we see so many sex offenders?
Does anybody have answers?
I mean, what's your opinion? We don't know. We're just here telling you the facts tonight. So just another fact figure to share is that this takes us to a total of 50 for the year.
Well, how many days in the year are we?
So that's
crazy.
Already day 64, if you could believe it. Today is the 64th day of 2021. Yeah.
Good grief.
Yeah. So for all of those offenders, we give sad one.
You couldn't find like a shotgun sound?
I thought about that. Actually,
I mean,
I'll tell you, maybe I did do a sound. There was one that I was trying to put together. Did I upload it yet?
I mean, not that it means anything.
No, I had some of the sound effects set up before. This is not in here right now. It's the cracking of the whip. Right?
That might work.
that would have done it. So. But instead, right now, Mike, we're going to go ahead and move on because speaking of the sex offenders, we have an update for folks regarding this case right here, sentencing former elementary school teacher. I'll let you take it away. I think you know a little bit about this one.
Well, yeah, he's going to be serving 13 years in federal prison, which I would, in general, say that most of the members of Lane County Mugshots Uncensored have said that is not enough.
Yeah.
It's better than usual. So he had...
well, there's a little bit more to that because the sentence isn't just that, and there will be some, I believe, after that sentence is served, he'll be 10 years of...
10 years of parole or probation, how you want to put that, supervised, being supervised, and he'll have
ankle bracelets and all that good stuff, I'm imagining. So
can't be here, can't be there.
Yeah.
But they're saying, although he was a teacher at Spring Creek Elementary, if I remember right, this did not involve a student, which doesn't make it any better, doesn't make it any worse.
Right, yeah, it's just a fact, yeah.
It literally is just a fact. Yeah. We're not trying to say like, oh my God, thank goodness. It still doesn't matter. I mean, this was a man that was charged with, educating our children. Spring Creek is an elementary school, and he was there. Yeah. But
I also had seen that he was involved in running a haunted house or some odd.
Oh, that's
thing
right,
at one
Frightery or something.
Something like that,
something
yeah.
strange like
For
Frightery.
which lots of children probably did come through. Not, young.
It was. It was also a children's.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah. So there's some things there that kind of put that into. When you look at the larger picture, that this guy was running around in our community, the things that he did, there's so.
Oh, yeah, it's horrible. He filmed these things and then thought that was cool to have.
Yeah.
The thing that kind of stings is his restitution that he has to pay to the victim is $3,000, which to me doesn't.
Talk about not enough, right?
Yeah, I mean,
is that the price for the compensation for?
Is that the compensation? I mean, that's ridiculous.
For the corruption of a young child,
that's ridiculous.
It's.
That's not even, that's not $10 a day for the rest of her life that she's going to be bothered by this. I mean, do you think $10 is going to be to help you every day?
Yeah.
She should get $500,000, millions of dollars.
More,
you can't put a price on taking away the innocence.
Just the therapy alone is going to cost thousands, right? So, anyway, William Hammond, 156 months in federal prison. Have fun. 10 years supervised release, and then the $3,000 of restitution.
It's not. We're not even close to enough. I mean, we need to somehow something needs to be done. We need to bump these people up. If your dog, well, you don't have a dog. I have a dog.
I used to have a dog.
If your dog bites a kid, then put the dog down.
Right.
But if an adult abuses a child, they're like, oh no, you're fine. It's $3,000 and. Yeah, I'm done with this. I mean, if a dog barely bites a kid and gets to be put down, I mean, why are we not putting pedophiles at least in prison for life? I understand people are against the death penalty, but can we not just keep them locked up for life?
It seems that is one of those things that I worry that there is no such thing as rehabilitation.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you? I mean.
Yeah. Plus, it's just you think about it, and the people that are the victims, and just knowing that person might be out there in the community again. Doesn't even matter if it's 20, 30, 40 years later on, that person's still out there again. That's got to be pretty scary. So
I have listened to victims say, the person that abused me is getting out of prison. They're 85 now, but it's just the thought that they're out. It still just jars me. I mean, the fact is they're old and elderly, and there's probably not a chance, but these victims have got to live with that. I mean, to them, it makes them relive that all over again when they're let out. Leave them in. Just leave them in. Just be done with them. If that's what you're going to do in life, then you're done.
You'll get no argument from me.
Yeah.
All right, Mike, we'll go ahead and transition out of this lovely topic and move on to something a little more interesting. So, so again, I needed to bring this one up. See if I can make this work. Last week, or 2 weeks ago, we talked about the tree on top of the butte. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. And anyway, I kind of made a little bit of a mistake, and maybe not, very many people would have even noticed it, but have to do a little bit of correction because my slide and everything that I said that it was a Skinner Butte tree, and
that's so awesome. I mean,
I know, right?
our millions and millions of viewers didn't even pick up on this, so that's where I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Millions, literally. Okay, 4 people that watched this didn't notice.
Right, but when we do reach millions of viewers, and when they start to go back through the old, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now we're just.
I know.
Crazy talk, man. But it is the Spencer Butte tree that we were talking about. So that's another thing, too. So is it Spencer's or Spencer?
There you go.
Is it Skinner or Skinner's?
Well, is it his butte or is it named after him?
Exactly.
Is it Spencer's Butte?
So here,
or is it just named after him?
To set the record straight, I looked it up. And this is it. It's not possessive.
Yep.
Both buttes, Spencer, Skinner. So you got it right here from 9 County Mugshot.
You can bet your butt that's the way it is.
Awesomeness. All right. Well, moving on again.
Now what, Batman?
If the slide would just do it, we had a high-speed chase. Does anybody?
No.
Yeah.
This high-speed chase was so crazy, we thought we had 2 of them.
Yeah. Well, literally, I was out here in the studio last night working, getting things set up, and it was like right down here, 5th Avenue in Cresswell. Yeah.
Cresswell.
Yeah. So that's the chase. You know, if anybody knows anything about this, I would love people to call in. So,
yeah, call in. Did you see this chase?
Yeah.
Like I said, this chase was so crazy.
Comment.
We had people saying, "Oh, it's over at Amazon. No, it's on Lorraine. Oh,
we thought maybe there was a couple chases even going on.
I thought we had a couple.
Like, because this guy was reaching speeds of up to 115 on the freeway.
That's it.
70 in town. I know. I think.
Did we figure out if this was a motorcycle or a car, like a vehicle, a truck, or? You know?
I thought you knew.
I don't know.
It was a motorcycle. I believe.
It was a motorcycle.
I believe, but it was.
Well, it's crazy. Like people were like, "It's a car chase, motorcycle chase." Where I was like, well, people are kind of.
Well, so it started out just like this. So somebody had said, and this is over in Mohawk area of Springfield. So the motorcycle chase with cops, and but then like within seemingly moments, there was this post, you know, from Nathan Fetter in Cresswell and the community connection there. Anyone know anything about the cops chasing a motorcycle like 20 minutes ago?
This guy gets around. I mean, you got to say that.
The rider almost plowed into me at 5th and Main. I think he means 5th and Oregon Avenue. But yeah, so, and then I heard it myself. I think there was a bunch of other people in Cresswell that had. And then within like seemingly moments again, you know, there was like a motorcycle just came up East Amazon from Dillard in the wrong lane, you know. So, I mean, this guy was hauling. He was booking through town, and I know that that generated probably a good couple hundred comments in the Lane County.
It was crazy.
Mugshots Uncensored, yeah. So motorcycle just came up East Amazon from Dillard in the wrong lane with 4 cops behind them at 7:30, you know. And then someone else says, I heard it on Dillard, right? And then before you know it, here we go again. You know, just more comments start popping up. They went up 28th and hit Chambers. Just went down 18th. Now they're at the bowling alley on Highway 99.
I know.
Now they're headed to Junction City. It's like, dude, this guy was everywhere, right?
Well, yeah, it's that made it confusing for us to try to decide what was happening.
Totally.
Like, what do we got? What's going on?
We had this comment. Pretty good. What kind of Google Maps is that dude use?
Yeah.
28th and Chambers, Cresswell, East Amazon.
Turn left. Compensating. Turn left.
Thank you, Bree, for that little comic relief there. We needed that. So did they get the guy? Do we know?
I don't think they got the
guy.
This is like the second big motorcycle chase in the past, 30 days, I believe.
Yeah. It's...
and they haven't caught him.
Yeah, this guy did not have a plate on his motorcycle, so there was no way to tell any. You know, I don't know.
No,
he was going so fast.
I
don't even know how they would read a plate at that speed. You know,
it's crazy. I mean, we've had 2 of these motorcycle chases, and maybe they're the same person, just thinking he's a hot dog. And, you know,
somebody knows. Somebody knows this guy.
Oh, that's the way it always is that way. I'm always like, somebody knows. Somebody, he told somebody, he came home, was like, oh my God, this second motorcycle chase is done business, man. The cops can't catch me. Somebody needs to put it to an end. He's going to hurt somebody or kill himself. He's going to kill somebody or himself. Keeps doing this. It's too much.
Yeah.
Dumb.
Yeah. Somebody, you know, that knows really needs to do what's right for the community and turn this guy in, or, you know, report anonymously. Yeah. Something like that.
It's a waste of resources to have that many police trying to chase somebody.
Yeah. Not worth the bragging rights. So
no, you're just a moron. I mean,
so Mike, we've actually got the first question of the evening, and maybe the best question of all time. I'm going to leave this one to you because I think that maybe you would have the best opinion.
I don't
know. Here we go.
Yeah. Who is the best Avenger?
Who is the best Avenger?
I mean, I don't know.
I'm thinking I know who made this comment, but
I think I do too right now. But you know, what do I know? This comment could have come clear out of Washington. It might not even be local. Who knows? I'm just saying.
Crazy Washingtonians.
Yeah. Who is the best Avenger? Crap. I don't know. I mean, you got to say Iron Man.
Oh, Iron Man rules, man. But I mean, like,
but I love the Hulk.
The best Avenger really comes down to like, the attributes, right? You know, if you're going for sheer, strength, I mean.
Oh, come on,
Hulk, man. Yeah, exactly. So
don't make me angry. Yeah, I mean.
So is that our answer? Is that our final answer tonight for that one, Mike?
Well, as being probably not the best people to ask this question to, I'm going to go with Iron Man.
Yeah. I'm going with Hulk. But,
well, that's a good one. I mean, Iron Man actually has no special powers.
Yeah.
He's just got a complete buttload of money.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, that's butt. I spelled it wrong. A buttload of money, and so he can buy himself a specialty. But he's
a lot.
Still.
Good to hear that Lindana, one of our admins, is watching. So,
she is.
Yeah, Lindana, you got some comments to add. You just put them in the chat. You don't even have to appear on the show, and we'll feature them. So, what do you like the most about what you do as an admin? What do you like the least, or any of those things? You put it in the comment, Lindana, and we'll feature.
We'll read it.
But now I think we'll go ahead and move on to some other things. We have a couple of others comments we might feature later on. So.
You got more than I do.
Right on.
Somewhere or another, I don't have as many comments as you. Oh, you're getting them from YouTube too, and all the rest of them.
They're just flowing in. We like that. See, if they won't call, they'll comment. So I'll take it.
I know.
No matter what we can get.
Why do we even have a phone here?
It's crickets. We're getting crickets, Mike.
That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Crickets.
But moving along, we have another couple of topics to share with folks.
Yeah.
This here, a couple of people that were caught on security camera robbing Elmira High School.
Being thieves. They were into vehicles. They were into the building.
Oh, that's what you know, Mike.
Well, we know that the superintendent of the Fern Ridge School District put out a Facebook post saying, can you identify these people? We'd like to speak with them. We also heard through other sources that these people had been into vehicles, they'd been into buildings that belong to the school district,
too, yeah.
Public school district. For all those out in Elmira, I think that it's funny you're paying for this. What was weird is the school district's post got a lot of, somebody was on there thinking it was funny. And I'm like, your taxes pay for this. So they broke in there, and this is hilarious to you.
Mm-hmm.
Something that actually, almost works, educating our children, and this is hilarious to you. But that was put out. The Lane County Sheriff's Office that's out in Veneta actually made 2 arrests for the 2 people they suspect to be the 2 people we see on the screen there, and charge them with quite a bit of stuff.
We ready to do the reveal?
Do the reveal, yeah.
Here we go. It turns out to be these guys.
Yeah.
This is Rachel Ann Dent, and is that Terrence Stevens?
Terrence William Stevens, yes. According to Facebook, they're in a relationship.
I see. Well, those look like the faces of some people that got caught.
Yes, they have a considerable amount of charges.
Yeah, it was all not fun and games. So
yeah, I mean, they have conspiracy, they have burglary too, criminal mischief, theft in the 3rd degree, unauthorized use of a motor vehicle. They didn't just break in, unauthorized entry. They got caught.
Well, it happened pretty quick, from what I understand. I think
it was just like a day or two. Yeah. They caught him.
Yeah.
It didn't take long. I mean, a lot of people, I think, recognized them and gave tips immediately to the Lane County Sheriff's Office. So it was published everywhere. I mean, there are groups out in the Veneta, Elmira area that posted this. So it's hard to say where these tips came from, but it was pretty quick. done and over. And
good job, LCSO.
You bet. Yes, that was. I know that one of the officers was Officer Lay that was involved in this.
Actually, one of the things I wanted to mention back when we were highlighting the offenders earlier, a lot of the arrests did come from LCSO. Interestingly enough, I was happy to see that. So all agencies catching bad guys, but also props to LCSO. They've been kicking butt. So. Well, Mike, we don't often have a celebrity in our mug shots, but occasionly we do. And
no, occasionally some celebrity decides that Eugene would be a great place to set their butt down in.
Exactly. We had this guy. Who remembers the young Bradley Taylor from Home Improvement, right?
He went from Tool time to just Tool.
Yeah. And right here in Eugene, who knew, right? So it's occasionally, it seems like the celebrities all just kind of come up here to get arrested because that's when we hear about them, right?
Yeah, because nobody's going to do a podcast or mention them to 60,000+ people.
Right.
I mean, there you go. I mean,
so he was partying it up, and then I think he wound up. Let's take a quick look at what his initial charges were. So he had been arrested for strangulation and assault, alleged, at that time. But here in court here very recently, he actually did plead guilty. So yeah, he's to menacing fourth degree assaults. Is what and then 6 other charges were actually dropped: harassment, coercion, strangulation.
Interfering with making a report. That was him taking her cell phone so she couldn't call.
Yeah, exactly. So, basically what he winds up with are some misdemeanor charges. Is what he pled guilty to, and everything.
Whole lot of home improvement money he just put out on that.
Yeah.
Your average person from around here can't just walk into court and walk back out again.
Yeah.
This guy basically, I'm not saying the system is
I don't know how it works,
but it gives you evidently the opportunity to roll on up there and be like, so I've got the money. Let's make a deal.
Probably have a good attorney or something, I would imagine.
And just so people know, he was married, and he had been...
Still is, I think.
He is. And he had been... Him and his wife had separated, and evidently it could have been because of this girlfriend up here, but evidently he had a girlfriend up here. But now his story is him and his wife are going to reconcile.
Yeah, I did hear that as well, yeah.
She's going to take him back.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? So I guess it's not just the misdemeanor charges, because you know what else he has to do?
Yeah.
He has to 3 years of bench probation. Ooh. And then he has to partake in a batter intervention program. So, which, I don't know. Good that he is doing that.
And that's great. I mean, we're trying to put him through a program to maybe make him realize what he did was wrong, and that money can't buy you everything.
Exactly.
But I'm afraid that, when you have this level, he's not rich. This isn't, he's not a billionaire, but he's got enough money to throw at his little problems.
Yeah, totally.
So that he basically has to walk away. A bench.
Yeah. Comment from viewer Lori Cook. I know who she is. That's my sister. She's the one that's responsible for this grimace here, which, by the way, the grimace has to be here on the table. We have determined that this is the only way that the sound works. So if we take the grimace off the table, it just doesn't work.
It'll go silent and blurry and all kinds of things. Blurrier.
Yeah. Also recently gave me the Bill Lumberg that's featured here this evening.
Yes.
Thank you, Lori. Yikes, what happened to him? Well, he just kind of messed up and went down a bad path. I don't know what to say.
Drinking, coming to Eugene. Obviously, if you've seen our mug shots, it doesn't do well.
Yeah. We have commented about our Avengers
Somebody have a better idea?
Oh, and it's, well, I'm going to just say this.
Heather Ward. Who's Heather Ward?
She's another, well, she does our...
She does. She is...
We could say. She's the meme god here, goddess. And, you know, she takes care of all of the 9 p.m. routine memes. So
she makes all the 9 p.m. routines.
It used to be me, and people basically revolted and... no more.
Yeah, they didn't like anything you and I did, but you know that's
rebel. Yeah,
never heard that before. But
Avengers should be ranked by powers, smarts, and contributions to the team. I agree. So
and much not like Zachary, Ty, Brian, they should not be judged by their money. So I was wrong, and Iron Man's out.
Okay. Mike, we also have another comment from Lindana, one of our admins. She heard us, and she has something to say about some of what she likes about and doesn't like about. Yeah, so
that's nice.
We do have a lot of viewpoints. It keeps at least 3 of you busy 24/7, just about.
3 of us kind of take shifts.
Yeah, and I know that also Cheryl pitches in too. Sometimes I'll get in there and look around too, but mostly I keep quiet because I can't. I've got too much to do to keep up with all that. That's your job, Mike.
Well, Mary is pretty good at mornings.
Mary's awesome, yeah.
And well, I mean, she's good at morning, noon, and night, but Mary is there in the morning, and Lindana and I tend to, from what I watch, we're there later in the evening just to make sure that, because that is kind of the dead point. I mean, it's much like having, the sheriff's office here in Cresswell is their dead spots, and you don't want people to know when those dead spots are.
You don't advertise them, but yeah.
Okay, here in Cresswell, it's 10 a.m. to 12 a.m. No police here. I could be wrong.
You could be wrong.
Sounds like a wrong time to not have police.
But only when the planets align and the stars are sort of out.
Only when Cottage Grove is shut down.
Exactly.
So Lindana, she is great. I mean, Lindana and Mary both just...
Actually, I love all you admins, not just because I get to work with you all the time, but just because I think that it's what makes a really great community, an online community. This Facebook group is the largest Facebook group in Lane County. So
for this, yes, it is.
Yeah. All right. Moving on, we do want to share.
Were there more crimes?
We would be out of business, and that would be great if you guys could just stop doing this stuff, so that we could move on and we could do a podcast about gardening.
Yeah. Let's swap Italian recipes. I'm really into cooking Italian food, so I mean, I'm just saying, I am not Italian. Love Italian food.
Baking, whatever, yeah.
I will spend all day making, Alfredo or a spaghetti sauce.
We'll do it.
But no, we're going to do crime.
Yeah.
Fine.
Homicide investigation, wait a minute, that's coming up. That's the next topic. This guy
coming
here,
up
though, yes, this is a different one. This one happened to be the burglary that was happening out in the Bonita area,
Territorial Highway.
Yeah. It's kind of a funny story to read when I first checked it out, because this guy shows up, basically to rob this guy.
Yeah, and the person he tries to rob is not going to put up with any of it.
Comes out with a gun, and basically tells the guy to take off.
Doesn't he come back?
Yeah.
I mean, he tells him to go away. Doesn't he come back?
Yeah, he comes back again, and it makes no sense. But anyway.
Well, he did get a charge of driving under the influence of intoxicants. That may have been some of his stupidity.
Yeah. Jason Abraham Lackey, that was a really bad idea.
Stay home, Jason.
Stay home and give you something too.
Stay home. Gosh, are you kidding me?
The homeowner had a gun. She fired a warning shot in the air. I mean, what? That's the universal sign of go away.
I know. It's
not come back.
I know. And Jason Lackey should be lucky, and let me make sure my words are choice, because we are on Facebook. But what I will tell you is, with our economy today, Jason was lucky to get a warning shot, because most people cannot afford those. You have to make every one count.
True that. And a lot of, you don't always have a lot of time to make that choice.
No, I've got a shotgun at home, and I can't afford a warning shot.
No.
Every shot has to count. I mean, it has to be for fun, or it has to be to protect my family. So, there's no warning shots. I shoot bird shot.
Right. Yeah.
Bird shot up into the air for no apparent reason.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of noise, and that's money.
That's going to draw the cops, and so you don't usually do that. Well, I guess this guy was out, in the country, so
sure, yeah. He thought, oh, well, Benita, nobody's going to be out here. It'd take 45 minutes for the cops to come. No, it took this guy like 32 seconds to come outside with a firearm and tell you to leave.
I got news for you, Jason. Everybody in the country has a gun.
Yeah,
because the sheriffs don't come. They'll
They're
come.
They're doing their best,
but it takes a while to get there, and they've got a huge amount of land space to cover. Lane County is huge.
It's a lot of land mass, and there are people kind of spread out everywhere.
Exactly.
But Jason, just stay home. Like we tell the sex offenders, Jason, stay home. Just stay home. Get a job or work online. But stop.
It's easier. Oh, don't forget though, Mike. These charges are alleged.
Well, okay, it's alleged. So, Jason, allegedly you should just stay home and allegedly not do these alleged things.
Yeah.
That would be nice. Thank you. That would be nice.
Here's something that really happened, and this is one that I did not want to.
Well, all of this really happened. This is a horrible one. This is sad. Very sad.
It happened over in Springfield. Police found Richard Donald Marshall. He's 70 years old, dead at the scene. And then upon further investigation, they started to wonder if maybe there was a little bit something more to the story here. Upon investigation, they do now believe that that he was a victim of homicidal violence. So this happened the morning of February 26th, 2021, so just here last week. And anybody that might have information about this is asked to call. I didn't put the number on the screen here, but it's 541-726-3721. Do you know any more about that one?
Well, he was a caretaker for like a community garden where they grew vegetables and whatnot for people who needed food.
Who does this to the caretaker of a community garden?
Yeah, this is just ridiculous. They grew fruits and vegetables there. And most of the vegetables and fruits went to the community to feed people who don't have the ability. This is community service. This isn't.
It's hard to imagine exactly, what could prompt something like that.
Everybody online that I read, they're like, this was the greatest guy. He would help anybody out, and he did this basically to be helpful. And somebody murders him. I mean, you going to kill a guy protecting fruits and vegetables? I mean,
again, this is one of those times where you kind of hope that maybe there's somebody that knows something, right? Maybe they're watching here this evening.
Do you know who did this? Call somebody.
Yeah.
I know that police, Springfield police, EPD, everyone, all the local law enforcement, if you want to go in there and make something happen, they will keep your name out of this. Unless you're the person that did it, and still, if you're the person that did this, just turn yourself in. I mean, this was dumb. This is stupidest thing. You killed somebody who was just watching over fruits and vegetables. What did you get? A tomato? Did you get a tomato? Maybe an onion.
There has to be more to the story than we know, but it's, wow. Yeah.
What did you do this for? I got a bag of fertilizer now. Oh, giggity, giggity. Yeah, you're an idiot. Whoever did this, whatever. Done. It just pisses me off. I mean, this is dumb.
Stupid crimes like this that are meaningless, I get upset. Yeah, I understand where you're coming from too, Mike.
Yeah, I mean,
what did he get everything is meaning, any kind of.
Well, sure.
But you know what I'm saying.
Some are by far more meaningless, and this one is by far meaningless. What did he get? What did whoever killed? What did he?
Yeah, I hope to hear more about this one.
We got to have something else next.
Well, there was a road rage here.
Yeah. Now that I'm angry, let's talk about road rage, people.
Right, here we go. This guy here, his name. well, where is it? It's Roy Allen Fani, F-A-N-I. He's 30 years old, and it sounds like he did not have a good day. He
about 7:20 p.m.
Yeah. His charges actually, I think, wound up being pretty extensive. It wasn't just a road rage. There was fire, I believe, a weapon involved in the whole thing too. So I don't know exactly what he wound up doing. No, there was a stabbing. I'm sorry, I have that wrong. Basically involving another driver. So
yeah, he approached
both
the
drivers.
driver.
Yeah, both drivers went to the hospital, but it sounds this involved a stabbing.
Several times with his fist, and also stabbed him. Good grief.
Yeah.
And we'll just call him Roy AF.
Okay, I'll go with that.
Just Roy AF.
Yeah, well, he was
for those people on the internet that knows what AF.
I was going to say you probably got something that I'm not catching on.
This guy is just Roy AF.
Hey, let's take this time before we move on to the next subject to remind callers that and people that would like to be part of the show that there is a way to participate by phone 541-255-3.
Phone.
That
phone.
thing.
We
thing.
have a phone here.
We paid good money for that thing. You know, you would think that we would get a little bit more, but out of people, but instead we just keep getting these crickets. But
and crickets can't dial, so they're not calling either. So I'm still not happy.
Surely there's got to be somebody that has an opinion about it.
Nobody has an opinion about Roy AF.
I guess we'll just have to keep it going ourselves.
Because he is Roy AF, because he's just going to get angry and stab you. He's Roy AF.
Mike.
This was great. This was great.
This kind of cracked me up here. Well, wait, don't tell people. Don't tell them. Let's see if they can figure it out for themselves.
Yeah, everybody take a look at this and tell me. It's a warning. Somebody posted a warning about a person.
There's something about this that's funny.
There is.
Well,
it's like a lot of internet things, and it's like when you see it.
Okay, should we give them another clue? Let's give them another clue.
Give them another clue.
Okay, here we go. So we'll make it a little bit easier for you. Here we go. So we highlighted the part that you need to look at a little bit more, but do we need to give another?
We got to let them know because
we can give one more clue here.
Okay. One more.
Look close.
Let me just read it. Maybe that'll be helpful. Is this our last clue? Okay, so Mike. Okay, sorry, Mike. Duclo. Watch out for this man. His name, he puts it down later, Chris, Joe, Mike, Michael, Keith, Duclo from California. Wait.
This guy's talking about himself?
This guy's warning you about himself. Literally on this thread, somebody was like, hey, I don't know why the admins approved this. This makes no sense to me. Did you guys do any kind of investigation? None of this may be true. This could be one of his ex-girlfriends or wives printing this up just to get back at him. Turns out that Mike is warning you about himself. Mike Duclo would like you to know he's trouble. Look out.
They call that self-reporting, Mike? Is that what that is?
It's kind of nice. I mean, if more of the criminals would do this,
it'd be a whole lot easier.
This would be awesome. Hey, I robbed a bank. I'd like to turn myself in. Please
do that.
Yeah, I mean, everybody could just get on.
Our show would be 5 minutes long, Mike.
It would be. Check out what didn't happen. Nothing. But all you people that are criminals, you should really. Look up to Mike Duclo or whatever his name is.
I would heed his advice.
Yeah.
If I were you.
Are you a pedophile? Get online and tell people. Let them know. Do you assault people? Is that your thing? Do you beat women? Get online and let everybody know about it.
That'd be super. You can go right into the group, post it. The admins will approve it.
You bet.
You might get some backlash from the community, but
I mean, get on there. I'm a thief. I break into houses.
Nothing but a thing.
I'm a burglar. Just let us know. Go ahead and post it up.
It's not so ludicrous if you think about it. Who would have thought that we would scan our own groceries and pay in a machine? But now you do. So people can self-report their crimes.
You can make a whole
themselves in
$15 an hour being a checker, or you can just do it yourself and you don't get a discount. Wait. Okay, we won't get into that, will we?
But again, Mike, we will transition over to the things you can't say on Facebook, right?
Oh,
so
yeah.
we've
I was going to say, what kind of crap are we got up next? But
well,
I'm probably not supposed to say that either.
Oh, I think that might be on the list, dude.
It could. The list is getting more redunculous every day.
Right. Well, let's remind folks and then tell them about some of the new words here. So the B word, can't say that.
And if you're gardening, if you're going to use a shovel or a hoe, you can't say...
Don't do that.
You can only talk about the shovel.
You can't say that people are the next thing, the I word. That will get you in trouble now. And let's tell people about this, because if you think it's the admins that are removing posts like these, it's not. It's
sometimes we do. I mean, here's our thing. If we remove it, if you say, check out you B word, you're nothing but a B word, and you're a dirty item that I would use in a garden because you are not smart, and we can just keep going on. But if we pull it, freebie most of the time.
Right.
If Facebook pulls it, Facebook, as it were, spanks you, which is probably another word we're not supposed to use, because that could be, it could be, I don't even know if that's violence or sexual activity. I'm not sure. Somewhere in between there is probably not worth saying. But if we pull it, usually we don't give you anything. If Facebook pulls it, Facebook gives you like 24-hour, you can't post in groups, and we give you a 28-day mute. 28 days. 28 days. Because you're wondering why 28 days, right? People are always like, why 28 days?
Yeah, actually, I don't even know why it's 28 days. I'm sure there's a logical reason. Tell me.
It is. There's a logical reason. That's the maximum amount of time we're allowed to mute somebody.
And do you know why that is?
No, I don't know how they picked 28 days.
But you give them the maximum. Wow.
Yeah.
Maximum mic.
Maximum mic, yeah. I mean, you get caught, you do this.
Screw you. No.
But yeah, you can't say these words. And what was the newest ones that we got? Crack. You must be very... I know. But you got to be careful how you use it.
Yeah, exactly.
If you have an item that is broken, that may have a crack in it, you probably shouldn't put a price next to it.
Exactly.
I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm. This last one is kind of, I agree with that. That shouldn't be, but again, I'm not saying that.
I think it's kind of benign, and benign is like a tumor. You could get a tumor on the side of your neck that's huge and it's in the way, but it's not cancer. So it's bad, but it's not deadly. Girls are awful.
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot of these, because and people have said other things too that are along the same line as girls are awful. Boys are gross. Boys are icky. You can't say these things anymore on Facebook. It's because not that your fellow community members are upset. It's that Facebook's upset. Some guy named Mr. Z does not like these things because they will make little kids cry. Although little kids aren't allowed to be on Facebook, so I'm still...
they're there.
I know. You silly goose. Oh,
Mike!
I know I said it. We probably just got canceled. Facebook just cut us off.
Yeah. 28 days because we can, says Lindana. Yeah.
Lindana, 28 days. Lindana, if they would give us 50 plus, if we could just enter our own number, I'd just do it.
You just do that.
Literally, some of these people, I would just give them like 500 years.
Yeah.
Because it's ridiculous.
Removing them from the group entirely. I mean, you could do that.
We do that.
Yeah, you do that too, depending on the offense, right?
We do. I mean, there's a lot of things that go on, and people try to push our buttons, and mainly what we do is just tap buttons, and they're gone, because we're not playing. I mean, if you're childish enough to try to be all weird in our group, then, well, you probably cry when we make you leave. And it's not even us being gods or power. It's like, it's a group about crime, mugshots, what's going on in your community. And if your goal in life is to just troll that, we don't need you. It's that simple. We're not upset. We're not mad. We're not playing God. We're just done. I mean, it's like you aren't contributing anything worthwhile. And in fact, you're just trying your best to stir the pot. So bye-bye.
Right. So contribute to the overall quality of the group. And if you have people in there that are doing things like this, they're not really helping the quality of the group. So
trolls. Think about this. The other day I read something and it said, here's what a troll is. So you're in the car with somebody else in the front seat, and you're the driver, and you're driving, and you've got to make turns and stop, and the person next to you is squirting ketchup on the inside of the window. That's a troll.
Okay, yeah.
That's a troll. I read that the other day, and I was like, that makes sense. You're just derailing everything around you.
Very visual representation of basically what that is.
Yeah,
it's like,
and you could be like, that's really funny. It's not. It's not. And trolls aren't funny.
Yeah.
28 days is because we can. You are right, Linda.
And it's also because we can't do any more than that.
Yeah. Because Facebook won't let us put you up for hundreds of days at a time.
Another comment. Mom would tell us we were being a silly, feathered thing when we were goofy. Oh man, can I say goofy? So far that one's still in the safe spot there.
You've got to be careful. Don't say goofy girls or goofy boys. That's probably bad.
You might get in trouble for that. It's kind of crazy. So
you might get a Facebook spanking. Oh crap! You probably can't say that.
Yeah, I know. Moving on, we do want to share with folks another service that we offer, which is our Lost and Found. So
this is where we make the big. We make nothing off Lost and Found. There's no clicks, no nothing.
It's just the joy of actually seeing pets reunited with their humans, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I can share with you a couple of things here. We have recent posts here that this kitty cat has been found. This was over in the Bethel-Danebo area.
That one's cute. I mean, maybe it's because I'm watching TV too much these days, but that is pretty close to Tom from Tom and Jerry in my book. Wouldn't you say? Maybe? Let's
compare. I'd have to say you're right, Mike.
I'm just saying. Okay.
Anyway, this found kitty, if you have seen this kitty in the Bethel-Danebo area, I know that's not very specific. That is kind of a large area. But
that's your cat.
Yeah, check out Lane County Mugshots Lost and Found. And you can contact the person that posted that in the group and help reunite that kitty. Also, this fellow, found out at Doris Ranch. So I think that they searched around, tried to find the owner, and did not have any success. So they were going to take the dog over to the emergency clinic there on Q Street to see if he was microchipped. So, and then to Green Hill next. So, the dog may already be there.
It might be, but if this looks like your dog and you've lost a dog, you can call the person that found him at 541-870-5179, and they will let you know what the status of where this pet is. It's important to get pets back to people.
So we can't feature all of them on here, otherwise we'd be going for another hour, Mike.
Yeah.
But the Lane County Lost and Found Mugshots Lost and Found group is the largest Lost and Found group in Lane County.
It is the largest page or group, or it is the largest, and it is a public group. It should run pretty easily, but we monitor this pretty carefully. Being you can post anything you want at any time to it, because we feel that if you've lost your pet, your companion, that we shouldn't have to wait to approve your post, so they could be approved right away. So it's quick, it's easy.
And they're shareable and all that, right?
They're shareable. You can share them anywhere. It's not a private group where you can't share it because only the people in the group. And we would ask people, if you put something up there, if you lost an animal, make sure there's some type of contact, something, your phone number, if you're not comfortable with that, an email, if you're not comfortable, message me on Facebook. Something needs to be on there for both people that have lost animals and people that have found, well, not just animals, but animals and anything.
Yeah.
I really get upset with Paw Boost, because Paw Boost is like, oh, have you seen this cute kitty? It was found here, and oh, if you'd like to get in touch with the person that found it, click here to our website. And I'm like, that's just, you just wasted my time for no reason. There is no good reason that all the information should not be in these ads. And that's what I would like to see. Who is it? Picture, where you found it, where you lost it.
So you actually
and how to get a hold of them right there.
I think you kind of provide those kind of parameters in the group. These are the things that are really important to, making sure that you're.
Yeah. Paw Boost isn't trying to hide the information,
right?
Because once you click there, you get to see it. So it's not like it's not public, or you have to enter some code, or make sure I'm a human and not a robot. This is just a waste of everyone's time on the planet for us to have to click to go to your website to see this.
Yeah.
And Paw Boost is a great resource, but the only thing I'd like to see them change, quit making people click to your website. Yeah. I mean, what are clicks for?
Oh, we know how this works. I mean, we're
clicks are money.
Yeah, that's totally
And we're not going to do that with the lost and found.
We don't make any money with the lost and found. We don't make any money at all, really.
I know, yeah. I mean, yeah.
We just wound up, investing even more equipment here recently because we needed to do that to upgrade.
Nothing, but I mean, when you click onto our website, there's like a billionth of a penny we get paid.
Yeah.
Which if it all adds up, it's great, and it pays for some more equipment, but it doesn't pay our wages. We're not living off this. Yeah. But our lost and found.
Yeah.
There is no money there, and we're not going to ever make you go to a website. At some point, we might have a website that you could go to, but if we post a lost or a found pet, item, farm animal, you will get all the information without having to click. It'll be right there. None of this, click on here. That's your cat. You want to know more? Click here. Yeah. No, it'll be like, this is your cat. This is where you can find it. This is the information of the person that has it or organization that has it. I don't know.
Yeah, just all the basic facts, all the information that you need. Yeah,
I'll be quiet. Paw Boost just really irritates me because it really irritates me that you have to click to go to their website and they just cut it off. Oh my God, that's my cat. Oh, you got to click here. not. Oh my God, that's my cat. Look, there's a phone number. Give me my phone.
Funny,
oh yeah, there we
go.
Yeah. It's not funny. You're just wasting people's time, and time is precious. I don't have time for them. I hate Paw Boost in that group. I just despise it. It turns my stomach that you've got to click. I mean, with our mug shots, that's one thing. We can't post 30 mug shots to there. We gather them all up and you click to go look at them. We're not wasting the space of the group or the page with that. But when it's a lost animal that you can't find, we don't have lost people on our website. And it's like, oh, you want to know who that is?
Click here to get more details.
Yeah, here's a person that's lost. You want to know where they're lost from? You got to click here. Go to our website.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, while you're there, buy a T-shirt. God dang.
Well, Mike, I hate to say this, but we're really getting close to the end of our time together. It's been a fun evening. Before we do, though, we have one more segment here that we
do. We have something new.
So here we go. What's in my pen? So this happened when one of our viewers wanted to know what you were drinking. And,
they were like, what are you drinking?
Yeah, and so we thought, why not make it a regular segment? So if you ask questions on the show, you never know. We might turn it into a segment, or you never know.
We created this segment over someone going like, what's Weber drinking?
We even have a song for it now.
We do. We have a song. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
I mean, we don't have Paul Schaefer, but, he's money. He's alive, right?
Okay. In fact, I was actually looking to see if I could find more of a Paul Schaefer's style song.
Yeah.
So funny you mentioned him. And no, we weren't able to afford the great Paul Schaefer, so we just.
It doesn't matter. I mean, I have to sell everything I own. You sell your house on the minivan. Next thing you know, you can have Paul Schaefer do something, but we'd be in. Yeah, it would be intense. Or no, we'd be intense. I don't even know.
Yeah.
But people are probably wondering, what am I drinking?
What do you have? What is it, Mike?
Well, it's not iced tea. I can tell you that much right now.
Okay.
It's not ginger ale.
It's pretty tasty. I will say I've not had it before, but I've been sipping on a little bit here this evening. What is it?
This is a Bullet Frontier whiskey.
Okay.
Actually pretty good.
Not bad.
It was actually featured in maybe many of our listeners, well, all 4 of them, have maybe seen Yellowstone, which was a series,
sure, yeah.
and Kevin Costner drinks Bullet in that.
Okay, makes perfect sense.
That's not why I drink it. It was funny to see that, but no, it's a very casky flavored whiskey. It goes good if you want to make it a mixer. I prefer a little bit on ice and kind of nurse it.
As do we all. Yeah. Right on. Well, so now we've kind of finished our time together. We would like to just remind folks where they can find us online. You can find all the goodness of the mug shots and more on our site here. This also includes, but is not limited to, shirts, hats, hoodies, mugs, something else. Give us some ideas.
Hoodies.
So we've got it all. Here's the mug. All this helps support our operation.
You can put whiskey in these too. I talked to somebody one day and I was like, we have mugs for sale now. And they're like, I don't drink coffee. And I'm like, well, tea. And they're like, I don't drink tea. And I'm like, do you drink whiskey? They're like, yeah. And I'm like, you put some ice in there and some whiskey and it looks like you're drinking coffee. So, how can you beat that?
Why would,
Why would you not want a mug? They hold pens and pencils. I'm just saying.
Yeah. So please check those out. Also, you can hear the podcast on these different sources: iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Pandora, Spotify, iTunes, and Google Podcasts. You can also listen on our very own here local Eugene Talk Radio, and watch again the replay of the podcasts on YouTube or Facebook. So we've covered all the bases there, and
I think that's it. We're not available in Russia yet, but we're working on this.
Give us time. Also over here, LaneCountyMugshots.com.
That's a lot of. Oh, there you go.
If you don't want to type it all in, LC Mugs will get you there too.
It is. That'd make good license plates someday.
Thanks for joining us tonight. We appreciate you spending time with us. And until next week, we'll see you later. And Mike.
Till then, make sure you spay and neuter your pets. I used to say grandparents, but that's kind of weird.
It is weird, Mike. I don't even know where you came up with that.
I don't know. I'm a strange guy, but who knows?
I'm not arguing with you.
Yeah, look at that.